Hey guys, so I built a limited pack build in The Sims 4 with just eco lifestyle and base game. I got inspired by SimZ per usual, so this is my speed build of my limited pack build. I started off on the lot that is in eco lifestyle that has a similar house to this. I just wanted it to fit more of what I like in my builds. First thing is I had to fix that roof because that roof was not for me, way too big. And then just kind of using some base game windows and doors. I'm obsessed with the new ones that we just got in like the recent, not just recent, but like recently released one that has all these windows and doors. I think they're so cute and just like a staple. I use them in so many different builds. And then I wanted to copy this kind of like a grassy background or fence that goes around the back and get a backyard kind of mapped out with that grass. I'm really big on using terrain paint. I feel like terrain paint just always makes the build look a little bit more realistic. I feel like when it's just that plain grass, it just kind of seems plain. So I add a little bit of terrain paint to make it blend a little bit better. Here I'm just working on the floor plan. I really wanted to have more of like an open floor plan down here, big and open, and have a bathroom downstairs because I feel like my Sims, when there's only one bathroom on one level, it's a constant battle to get them to be where I want. Decided I wanted the kitchen to be a little bit bigger. This is where my kitchen will be back here. So just kind of expanding everything a little bit. And then I was able to fit 3 bedrooms upstairs, surprisingly. I feel like I never really can fit this many. I'm typically like a 1 or 2 bedroom. I feel like any more is too much, but these fit really nicely and they were decently sized to where I could still put clutter, but it wasn't too much clutter. Getting some landscaping going on, getting some of those put in, putting my flooring in just so I know where I want everything to be. This flooring is like not permanent. Well, the wood's permanent. I'm keeping the wood. I love this wood. But I'm going to change this tile around to kind of fit the color scheme that I was going for a little bit better. I really like this, I don't know what you would call this, but this color of wood with white is like probably my go-to in this game. I've typically been using this base game counters in pretty much every build that I've built here recently. And I was building this around and I really wanted a window above my sink, so I kind of switched around the cabinets a bit to fit those. And here I'm just cluttering up some, oh, actually I popped outside to put a birdhouse. I'm cluttering up some of these counters, ones that aren't going to take away from what your Sims will use. And I really wish those phones were functional. I feel like even if they just like ordered pizza, that would have been really fun. They have 2 of them with the events rewards, but they're not functional, which doesn't really make much sense to me. Shocker, I'm not using the money trash can. I typically will put the money trash can in all of my builds because I just feel like it's always going to give back and always going to pay for itself. But I decided in this one that I was going to use a regular trash can for once and switch it up. I was using a lot of things that I don't typically use from base game, so it kind of made me branch out. I really like these windows. They look a little strange from the outside, but on the inside I really think that it brings the whole kitchen area together. And back to the dining room, kind of just throwing some chairs and a dining room table in here. I feel like I didn't think too much about the dining room. That was like the least of my worries. it kind of fit perfectly in this little corner over here in front of the door. I discovered this new base game shelf and I wanted to use it so bad. I did use it, but did not know that they added that in there. It was part of the like Pride update, but I really love the colors and the pictures and everything from this base game update. I'm so happy that they're giving us more items in the base game, especially Pride items with everything going on right now. It's super cool. Here I'm just figuring out the layout of the living room, where I want everything to be. Kind of started off small and then expanded it out to a pretty big living room, honestly. Your Sims can definitely still walk around here, but it is a very wide layout living room that I put together here. TV fit perfectly above there. I really like that I added in this apple crate as like the nightstand. I feel like that wood tone matches really good with the sofa that I used, so I was pretty proud of that. And here we're putting in a computer. It's not a Sims build. If you don't have a computer in your house, it's pretty much like the #1 thing that they're going to use. And a big window above it. I am going to have a child's bedroom upstairs, so I added a little bit of toys. Here I'm going to be using the other Pride, the other Pride thing that we got. It is just so cute. The colors are so good. And I really am just happy that they're giving us more stuff in the base game. I mean, I pretty much buy every single pack anyways, but it is nice when you get a little freebie every now and then. I don't know about you, but I feel like whenever I'm using a window in The Sims, I really care about what they look like in the front, but it's almost impossible to make the side windows match up the way that you want to and like look good from the outside. So I just say, forget it, put the window where you want it to, it's gonna be fine. I added a little kitty cat toy down there. It's so cute, just next to the books. Here's just a simple like brown bathroom. It was really simple. I didn't want to put too much in here just because I didn't want to clutter it too much. I even ended up taking out the towel that was in here too, because I just wanted it to be a really easily movable for your Sims to come into this bathroom. It's really small anyway, so there's not much you could do. Here I went crazy with the clutter in this little girl's room. I kind of found this color scheme and ran with it, and then just kind of put everything in here, trying to use a little bit more of Eco Lifestyle. I was kind of way base game right now. I do end up switching out this lunchbox. This lunchbox, it's in game. Your Sims will try to use it to get like little fast quick meals out of, so I ended up switching it out with a different one because I didn't want your Sims to try to use that. And I used this little star curtain. I don't typically use this curtain, but I felt like it kind of went with the color scheme that we were going on for in this room. I really like this wall. I added a bunch of stuff here that I don't typically use on the walls, and then I'm gonna add some star lights above here that I just think ties the whole room together. This rug really gave me life when I put it in there. Little speckle, kind of just showing you the room around. Really cluttered. I typically don't get that cluttered, but I was feeling myself in this room. Here I'm doing a teen boys room. I am using a lot of black, but also I found that soccer lamp and was like, okay, this is what we're gonna make. It's gonna be a teen dude who likes video games and likes to get fit and be a bro. So the sim I did end up making for this house is a bro, and I moved these couple things around. Over here is where I struggled the most. Not really with like the TV, I knew I wanted that there, but I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to go on these shelves. Not too many things slot there, and I didn't want it to look odd if I was like raising the 9 key to put the items on there. So I kind of just stuck with like very minimal things on here. I put that in a little frame next to the body care essentials. And then here I'm using the Grimm guitar. I think that the guitar looks really good in here. I feel like it just kind of matches his personality. He could be a fit guy, but he could be a fit guy, but he probably also, you know, enjoys a little bit of guitar here and there. I'm just kind of like rearranging the frames over there and added a couple more posters to the walls to complete that, and made his whole thing saving so I can go upstairs because you never know when this game's gonna crash. And then this bathroom, I just went really simple, black and white, using some of the like toilet and showers that I don't usually use. Started off with 4 and then decided that I wanted this to be like a single dad and his 2 kids. I made him a writer. You'll see in his room that I like set him up with that. But just like a super simple bathroom with just their robes in the corner and a little plant. And then in here, I'm going to start the single dad's room. I was looking at the little beds because I didn't know if I wanted to trade out the other one, but I was too dead set on the color scheme of the other one. And then I'm setting up his desk that he's going to use to write his books. He is going to be a writer in The Sims. Probably not going to play with him, but in my little imagination brain, that's what I imagined him to be doing in this build. Lots of windows in his room. I feel like they just like covered up the walls better than what pictures I could find. So I did end up just kind of filling those up with windows. Getting a little bonsai tree. I feel like it's good to add a little bit of scales here. I'm going to squeeze in a TV for him because I felt like it's crazy that your son has a TV and you don't. And then just some more frames. Here I'm just showing you the room, showing you the bathroom, showing the teen room, kids room. Go downstairs, showing you more of the living room, bathroom, just trying to remember what my scheme of this was going to be. And then this is just a simple hallway. I didn't want too much in here, but I just wanted something to fill the space. So there's a bookshelf with a little chair and some lights. And then put this mirror with a little plant underneath. I think that's so cute. There's a top level, bottom level, very like neutral toned and very eco lifestyle colored, I feel like. Now we're gonna go to the backyard. I'm taking a little bit of a break here, that's why there's a pause. But I found this bench that I don't think I've actually ever used in any of my builds, and I think it's really cute. And then I really fell in love with the hose. So I added a couple planters in there. That's always good for the Sims because they're going to get plants one way or another. So might as well have them ready for it. And then just a little monkey bars in the back. I did make the girl like an active girl as well. So she has the motor skill. And I feel like that just matched the background as well. Here I'm just kind of like filling up the space of this front yard. I felt like there was a lot of like empty space. I don't know exactly what you would use that wood cart for, but it's there. And here I'm just throwing some lighting around so that it's not super dark at nighttime for them. And I wanted to add the bugs from Eco Lifestyle because I feel like This build didn't have too much of Eco Lifestyle. It's very much like base game based, but I wanted to build in Eco Lifestyle, so I had to use that pack as well. And I just threw in a little grill just to like fill in the back. And then here we're getting pretty close to the end. I put the mailbox and kind of just touched up the terrain paint in areas. It'll slow down here in a second to show you like the actual build. Yeah, here I slow down. So here's a little girl's room with a bunch of clutter. We have the teen boys room, very like black and blue focused. Simple bathroom upstairs and the single dad who's going to be a rider. And then we have the big open living room and the little computer area, kitchen, dining room, and the backyard. And I feel like it came together really good. I really enjoyed it, and let me know if you guys like these speed builds. If you want something a little bit more like in depth, I can also do that too. I have a couple extra videos that I have in background that I might upload here soon. So comment down below, let me know how you like this, and we'll probably get some more swimming in here soon. I am a really big builder, and like say, Simsy is usually who I'm going to base my builds off of. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!